So I have worked with hundreds of B2B SaaS startups over the years, and they all have similar problems. They need more leads. Lately, they also are asking how to get started with AI marketing. They see the innovation that's going on, but they're still using ChatGPT to ask the basic questions. But this already means that you're getting left behind. The main feedback that I get from marketers is that the AI field is too overwhelming, so they don't even know how to get started. So in this video, I want to quickly go over my strategic thinking and how I help B2B SaaS businesses, especially to implement AI in their marketing teams in a way that gives them a competitive edge. So whenever I'm feeling stuck or overwhelmed, I always go back to asking, what's the main goal? And for a usual business that I'm working with, B2B SaaS, it's usually to increase the MRR, monthly recurring revenue. And how do we increase it and what can we do within the marketing team is by increasing the amount of leads. And how do we get more leads? It now depends on your organization. Usually it's a mix of sales and marketing. But since my expertise is only about marketing, then we're talking only about the marketing side of this. So you get more leads by being interesting to the right target group. Okay? And now the next question. How can we attract the right target group? How can we be interesting for them? So that's where the marketing strategy comes in. So how I approach strategy creation is I start investigating target group, and this is where AI is pretty useful as well. For example, go and use a AI agent tool like GenSpark or Manus AI. These are really good for research. So basically I can go to the chat part here, and I would start by asking about the pain points. Give me the pain points and practical and emotional desires of this target group. And let's say today the example is farm management software. So let's say the target group is people who make the buying decision of a farm management software. So now AI is doing research and it's listing the pain points of farm management software decision makers. So the pains are messy scattered data, time sinks everywhere, unreliable records, overwhelm, and stuff like that. Then practical desires, to have simple centralized data, time back in their day. Then emotional desires, peace of mind, pride in progress, respect from peers. And this already gives me a pretty good idea of what the target group is thinking about. And so these pains and desires, both practical and emotional, are the ones that I have to use to attract the right target group to my product. So now I don't have to have the full strategy yet figured out, but at least I know more about the target group and I know what they are thinking about. Then the next step is figuring out what's working right now. So you probably already have some ideas of what type of content works the best for your target group, what experiments have been successful, what offers have been better, what have failed. So go and check all of this. Usually it's some type of content marketing that has been working for you, and then see what are the weekly activities that you do in order to get these messages out. And now this is where AI comes in a really powerful way. If, for example, each week you are doing a blog post, or maybe it's a LinkedIn post for the CEO under the personal brand. So whatever these weekly content jobs are, these are things you want to start using AI for. And not just going to ChatGPT and asking it to give you some new content ideas, but this is where you want to start using automation. For example, I have my content system here, but it doesn't have to be that complicated. It could also be the simpler system where you have automated every repetitive task when it comes to, for example, blog posts. Maybe you have a workflow where somebody in-house, an expert of your field, is giving you input, maybe in bullet points, and then you have to write it into a blog post, add pictures and so on. So you can start automating simple stuff, giving this input to AI, asking it to do research, putting it together as the first draft, and then you can go in and do your human edits as well, but you're already saving a lot of time. And maybe a big part of that weekly process is reminding somebody, oh, I need some input from you. So then these reminders can be automated with AI as well, or maybe you can make it easier for that person to give you input. Maybe it doesn't need to be in written form. Maybe they could do voice notes. So all of this can be easily automated with AI, but you have to know what are the highest leverage activities that you're doing right now, and then figuring out ways to improve the processes and scale them with AI. And usually when it comes to AI, the first instinct is to start experimenting with new channels, with new tactics, but this actually isn't a good idea at all. So you want to automate stuff that you already know how to do manually, but they just take you a bit too much time. And once you figure out how to save that time, you can up your publishing schedule or take more time to add those human edits to make the quality even higher. So my recommendation for experiments is to do them manually first. And only once you know how to be really good at it. For example, if you want to start doing short form videos, maybe to enhance the CEO's personal brand in LinkedIn or on other channels, then start doing them by hand, figure out how the algorithms work, figure out basic editing and tools. And once you are confident that you know what a good video looks like, what the process looks like, the hook writing, the script writing, everything, then you can start thinking about how to automate parts of it with AI. So this process of going back to the boring activities that you're doing each week and improving them with better insights from the target group and saving time with AI automations, this will leave room for more experiments because you will have more time. And with more experiments, you will have more data to guide your marketing strategy. So this messy system is my approach to how to get started with AI in marketing. I hope this was helpful. Bye.